In the air to right, and he did it again!
Welcome back to another Lefties 2 broadcast. Today, we are going to make you all masters of manual batting. Trying to create a video that is easy step-by-step on how to become a better manual at batting. And honestly, it's been kind of difficult to kind of really explain it the way I want until now. All right. So first and foremost, there's several different steps. We're going to get into step one. Go play with a friend, join a game. So again, you're the one batting, and you want to kind of click through so you can get this spot, let the pitcher kind of think. But see how I'm moving around the strike zone? Step one is to get familiar with your strike zone. All right. Really just understand this is what this does. It conditions your thumb to know where to go. Right. This is an important step one. Just do this every at bat. Right. The ball's coming, doesn't really matter. Every single at bat, you're going to want to do this each time so you can get a little better. Just familiarize yourself with the strike zone. Know where it's at. That's it. Just know where the strike zone's at. So then when it goes away, you know, you know where to go. Right? Same concept, right? You're just going around, taking your time, knowing each corner. So when it disappears, right? You know where to go. So this is it. This is the basic step. Know the strike zone. Be familiar where your thumb can reach, right? Just going around it. And then after you start going around it, go diagonal, right? Go diagonal. So even when the strike zone disappears, you want to keep on going, right? No pressure to kind of go here. Strike zone disappears. Go diagonal. See if you can kind of get your thumb to it to familiarize yourself with the strike zone. Fall in love with the strike zone, the corners, the edges, right? And when it disappears, can you still make that visual square and be in the zone? I know it's really boring, but some of you guys like to play and you figure out I can't hit manual. Everybody can hit manual. It takes a little bit of practice. All right, let's get ready for step two. All right, so step two is pretty simple here. You're going to go into modes once again and click in practice. Okay, so the fun part about modes when it comes to practice is you could change the ranking. So anybody can do this at any level. All right, once again, it's all about understanding the strike zone. So before you press start, like I said, in that very first step, just get the strike zone down. Okay? Familiarize yourself. And then once you're ready, play again. And again, you're not just using, right? You're not just using this, right? You're starting from a spot. The idea, well, that's gone. Nice job, me. Perfect timing. So the idea here is you're starting from a corner. And in batting practice, one of the things that's kind of flawed is you can't really tell the pitcher where to pitch. But the idea is, at whatever level you want, start your cursor and see if you can move. So if you're going to start the cursor from the top spot, follow the ball and see if you can get there, right? And this is level one, right? We're not going to play level one for very long, but if you're going to start your cursor, can you kind of predict where it's at? And once you get kind of comfortable, jack it up all the way to 14, right? And like I said, you're starting from the corner where the top cursor's at. And see, it's a little bit faster now, obviously. And the random pitches are on. So if you want to work with just whatever pitch the pitcher has, right, you can. But start from different spots of the strike zone. You never know where you're going to be at. right? Can you get to the spot? If you're kind of anticipating a batter throwing from a different angle, you got to be able to get to the pitches and recognize each pitch, right? So Michelle, she's kind of easy. So you're like, okay, what can I do a little bit different? Yeah, sure, right? You pick a different pitcher, obviously, like one of the harder pitchers in the game, right? So again, it's the same concept. You're trying to really read the pitches, and let's say the hardest pitch is his circle changeup, level 14. So again, I'm starting at a spot and I'm trying to get the timing down. So it's really about understanding where you're at. Can you reach the ball? This is just batting practice. So it's, the ball is going kind of middle, and not very good hitting this. So this is something practice, kind of watching the angle. So the idea is, can you kind of get there? Right? Wherever you decide to start your cursor from, it's really up to you. Now, one of the things that I like to do as well is like, once something's in motion, it kind of stays in motion. So, you think about batters with the bat wiggle, right? Where is it at? I'm not good, even at practice. So again, I'm trying to trace the ball, get there, coming up. Still can't hit this thing. It's impossible. All right. Okay. And then again, you can switch it up, go to his curveball. Okay. So, but the idea in step 2 here is start your cursor and see if you can come to the ball. And obviously with Josh, I can't. So, it's a challenge. Trying to read a pitch. By the way, this is a great way to figure out if you can catch up with a certain pitch and read it. A break. Something different. All right. So corner to corner, eventually you keep on doing this, you're going to find the time to hit it. You're going to find your spot, right? You're going to find your timing. Again, I'm showing you this because again, it's Josh is the hardest pitcher for me, but eventually you run into one. All right, let's go to step 3. Okay, so step 3 is pretty fun. Step 3 is, time to play like a real game, but you're not going to play a game. So my suggestion again, get a team that, you don't really care about their stats per se. So you're a big stat nerd and you really care about stats and, which player has what stats or, whatever. It doesn't particularly matter at all, right? Just arbitrary stats essentially. I have another lesser infielder. Let's find out real quick. Ah, there he is. Bam. Okay. So we have all these lower level players. Not really a big deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into a real game. But again, you're trying to learn, trying to get better. Okay. So we're going to show you hopefully a game here where we are not pitching first. And we are. So we're going to pause this part and get to the part where we're hitting. Okay, so once we got rid of the pitching, which is great, I feel bad that we're going to lose this game. Maybe we'll try to win here at the very end, but it doesn't really matter. Really good stats too. So bad. So again, how are we doing this? Right, we're getting manual, understanding the strike zone. But now we're not even worrying about swinging. So this one game we're playing, you're not worrying about swinging. You're just seeing, can you track the ball? The idea, can you track the ball and can you land in the strike zone? See, the idea is understanding where is it at, right? So understanding that, okay, oh, it's too far out, right? But just track the ball, right? See how it's you're tracking it. If you can start tracking this, you're going to understand where the strike zone's at. All right. And we're not swinging at any pitch. This guy, let's see how many walks we can get in this game. Right. And we'll just take a swing. Base. By the way, go check out my leadoff video, level 11. All right. So again, not worrying about trying to get the W here. Just tracking the ball. Right. Yep. See, if you can track the ball, just watch it. Right. You get used to the pitches. Right. It's not even a big deal. The cool thing is we're going to get a 10th inning, so we'll get 2 for 1 in this one. Right. And once you get that eye, man, this is he tracking the ball, just watching pitches. This guy is throwing balls. That's what people do top level, by the way. Right. You're able to kind of just find the location and you can track the pitches. Is it boring? Sure. But he's now walked, gave up a hit to the pitcher and he's walked the guy in without me swinging a pitch. High fastball once again. Got that strike. Man, we're on these pitches too. It's pretty good. All right. Fastball again. All right. Curveball inside. For me, I kind of take it away so I don't swing at it. But again, we're tracking the ball. We're just going to win this game. I know. I said we're not going to win it, but I couldn't resist winning with a crappy lineup. It was fun. But again, you see the point. Track the ball in. Fucking Eagles. Garbage. Oh, God. Could not resist. Could not resist, people. By the way, again, my shards video, the update. All right, just a little fun fact. Let's go ahead and do that. Which, boom. All right. So we're good there, right? So there it is, guys. So with a crappy lineup that you don't really care about winning, just go track your pitches. That's simple as that, right? And then you're gonna get better at seeing where the strike zone is at. All right. Let's go to step 4. All right. So step number 4, pretty simple. You're gonna get back into the game with a buddy, right? And of course, Josh, as you guys saw in the first step, Josh is my hardest pitcher to face. But in my other account here, I don't even have Josh very high, level 10, never even used them. But that's okay. It's quite okay. So the idea is that you're going to take different pitches, right? And again, you're going back, starting your cursor, and you're just trying to see pitches from different angles here, right? So if Josh is going to throw, I say that circle change, right? You're starting out and you're just trying to follow the ball. Is it going to be a strike? And again, your friend is kind of telling you where it's at, right? Your job is to make sure, get level 10, not highly accurate, but just work on the pitches from different spots, right? If you think it's going to throw low, go up to it, track the ball, right? And again, it's just making sure, understanding the strike zone and tracking it. You never know, right? You got to be able to hit that manual button. So again, you change it, maybe you change the spots, change the pitch, and you're just tracking the pitches. Now, what if he throws that curveball low, right? Again, you're up here, he's been thrown high. Can you track it down, right? And again, it's not really about swinging, right? It's about understanding where the pitch is going to be, understanding where it's going to start based off the pitcher's level. Of course, level 14, Josh, a little bit more insane. But the more you just kind of follow these pitches, right? Let's say he goes slider, and he's like, okay, outside slider, tracked, strikeout. Sure, fine. That's not really the big deal right now, right? We're just trying to see if we can kind of see the pitches, right? Slider inside, right? You're testing yourself, right? So start from a spot, go up, Track the pitches, right? Understand each batter, move the cursor around the strike zone, and can you see the pitches? Can you see the drop? The more you practice this, right, the better you're going to see it, right? The idea, like every single athlete, man, every baseball player, they hit off tees, right? These guys are making millions of dollars and they're still hitting off a tee. It's the basics. Just go track the ball. Don't even need a swing, right? Watching the ball, swinging, all that's multitasking. Can you master one aspect? Can you see the ball before you even go? Can you see the strike zone before you swing at it? Right? And if you can kind of go, magic happens, right? Magic happens. All right. So again, you get a buddy, they're calling different pitches, different areas. You're moving your pitch, and it drops. All right. Same concept. You're starting out. Where's it going to go? Right. So again, you're moving the pitches around. You're moving the pitches around. Where's he going with it? Can you just make that easy contact? Right. Again, the idea of being able to play club mode or even just make friendly matches, it's a good way to practice. Guess what, guys? You know, the Japanese players, Taiwanese players, they do this on a regular. They practice with each other on a regular. You know, a lot of us Americans, we play friendly games, try to win. Fine, that's good. That's what it's for. Can you beat people? Right? Can you just easily win? But if you actually go in there with the intent to try to get better and say, hey, let me see that Josh pitch. Let me see these Riley pitches. Right? Move your cursor around. Get used to the strike zone. Right? Don't even go there trying to get hits. Just see if you can see the pitches. Find the angle. Can you move your thumb to the ball? Can you trace the path of the ball? Once you program your thumb, like to stay within the strike zone, then it becomes easier to know where the strike zone's not. I know it's hard. All right, go to the last and fifth step. All right, step 5, the most fun you can possibly have. Right, get your main lineup up and you gotta play a game. That's pretty much it. Go play a game. Do what you did from 1 through 4. It's kind of like that Brian McKnight song, back at 1. 'Cause 1, you're like a dream come true. All right, can't do it. Can't sing, but you get it. All right, repeat with steps 1 through 3. All right, here we go. So play a game. And again, go test out all of your knowledge that you learned. All right. And we're going to go step by step within the game. And I'll show you that I still do all of those steps. All right. Did we get a real player? Thomas. Uh-oh. Lefties two? Lefties two. Rockets 883. Okay. So we got a level 13 Shitaro. All right. So we know how to focus with him. But going around, again, get familiar with the strike zone. All right. Nice pitch. So again, it's all about timing. Right? You're not going to hit everything. Right? Recognize pitch recognition. You've seen a lot of pitches with your buddies. You've seen everything they can throw you. And then bada bing, bada boom. I'm a hustler, baby. Just want you to know. And gonna lose my monetization on all of these. Right? Could be a bot. Not quite sure yet. We'll see the rest of the pitches. All right. Same concept. Right? You're going around. I'm starting over here, right? On the right side. Can I follow the pitch? Yes. And late. Sometimes that will happen. You've got to get your timing down. And the changeup, you can follow the pitch, right? Again, I feel that this is a bot based off of the pitch location, which is kind of helpful, I guess. But you're gonna run into some bots every once in a while. Same principle. Go around. Too much meat on the plate. All right, Gibson. I love Gibson so much. All right. And the good thing we started hitting first, so we don't have to worry about showing you the pitching part. Changeup. Changeup gets me every time. Shoot. Yeah, definitely a bot throwing pitches like that. Again, every pitch, man, I'm kind of constantly moving the strike zone. Familiarize myself, right? I kind of do that little flinch back move, right? But it's the idea, right? Oh my. Talking and playing, not effective. Meaty strike zone. I strike out a lot. You know, super aggressive auto zone. Where is an Arizona app or something? Oh, all right. See, little late. Got to work on the timing and get a little overzealous. Little late. All right. And again, pitch location does help eventually, right? So again, that's the idea, putting all the pieces together, trying to make them work. You know, you're still going to go out there and lose games, but that's terrible. Safe. All right. A little lucky. But again, nothing's ever going to be perfect. The idea is to keep playing, keep trying to find a way to get better, keep learning the strike zone, right? And that's as a pitcher, you got to change things up, right? If you become predictable, this manual batting really becomes easy if you're a predictable pitcher. And drop. Uh-oh. Wind up. Safe. All right. We're still playing. All right. And that's really the key, right? Right. Still kind of concept being late. You're going to take some bumps and bruises depending on what kind of batters you have. Oh, nice. Goes from the splitter to the changeup in the same location. I can't hit Shitaro's changeup to save my life. Pretty miserable. Pretty miserable. All right. It looks like uh kind of feels like this could be a all right, strike three. Man, I must really suck. Anyways, that makes it more human being. But that's it, guys. Tell me what you think about manual batting. Go out there, become an expert. And as always, thank you for watching another Lefties 2 broadcast. See you next time.